All right, Saturday, August 3rd, almost 3 a.m. and here in Southern California, that is my ride time. And this year, I'm on the 701. I decided to take this bike instead of the Grom. I just figured I would change it up a little bit because I normally ride the Grom, and this is the last year that the organizers are putting together Sync the Planet. So this is the last year we're gonna ride it. So I figured change it up, do it on a different bike. Yeah. Let's get going. So this year's theme is inspiration. And what inspires me is people who are having fun. You know, people who are enjoying their lives, people who are where they want to be, so to speak. You know, whether that's, you know, they've got enough money and they've got good relationships and they're in good health and they're enjoying what they're doing for work. You know, it's not only providing enough money for them to live comfortably, but it's also fulfilling them, making them feel like they're doing something that matters in this life, because that's very important to people. There are so many people in this life that are just absolute pieces of shit, and it's oftentimes it's because they're not enjoying their life. You know, they're not satisfied with where they're at, they're not happy, and so they're going to take it out on everybody else. That's very common. There's a lot of people that just need to focus more on their lives and get their lives in order, and they'd be having a lot more fun and they'd be a lot more satisfied, and because of that I think they'd be a lot nicer to other people. But it's everybody's focused on everybody else, you know, and it's like when lunch break comes, instead of pulling out your phone and seeing what everybody else on Facebook is doing, why don't you pull out a piece of paper and make a list of things that you want to do when you get home from work to get your house in order, to get your life in order, you know, to get things where they should be, you know. And that's I think something that's very important. And to me, that's inspirational, is people that are focused on their lives, and not to say like self-centered, you know, because they're not the type of people who have to put people down to feel better about themselves either. They're the type of people who are just cool to everybody, just because they're doing so well in their own lives that they feel no need to be shitty toward people. You know, like they don't have to put people down to feel good about themselves. And it's all a balance, you know. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money and they could be enjoying their lives, but instead they're just focused on how much money they have, and therefore it's not fun. You know, it kind of takes the fun out of it, or they're just making everything, I don't know. In my opinion, it's like you're making it out to be too serious. You know, it's like if you've got $1 million in the bank, what do you have to worry about? You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to worry about retirement or saving your money, or, you know, it's like you got $1 million. So why is it that people who are super rich like that, they're totally focused on just getting richer? And instead, you should just be focused on having fun. You know, it's like if you die with $1 million in the bank, that's $1 million worth of fun that you didn't have. And so it's like if you've got $1 million, you should be focused on having fun, not turning that into 10 million. But I don't know, I'm not a rich person, so I don't know, you know, like they think differently than me, you know, and because of that, it's like I don't think I'm ever going to have $1 million. I'm never going to be in that position. But life to me is still fun because I'm not focused on how much money it costs to buy this bike. I'm just focused on how much fun it is to ride this thing, and how free this bike makes me feel, and how much fun it adds to my life. You know, like I could be driving to work and back every single day in a freaking beat up old minivan, saving my money, and I would not be having as much fun as spending the whatever 10, 12 grand on this bike and riding to work and back every day, for example. That's my inspiration, is the type of people that I hang out with up at the rock store. You know, people that are 70, 80, 90 years old, who have lived their whole life but still manage to not be bitter, crappy people to everybody. You know, they're just like totally cool. And they show up to the rock store on their brand new bike, and they got a smile on their face because they're having fun in their life, and they're just nice to everybody, and they don't have to put people down to make themselves feel better or to make a joke. And that inspires me, is hanging out with people who are 70, 80, 90 years old and who are totally cool and happy and fun to be around. And it gives me hope that I'll be able to make it through this life without getting bitter and without hating freaking humanity in general. Because the way things are going, man, humans are very disappointing in my opinion, and I wish that people cared more about each other and that they were less focused on profit and getting ahead and, you know, turning a buck. And I think a lot of people they're lost in their lives. They really don't know what I don't know, they don't know what they're good at. You know, they're doing some crap job and they never really figured out what they're good at or what they enjoy, and because of that they're miserable, and you know, their day-to-day life is not fulfilling, and therefore they're just like not cool to people and they're not having fun. That's what I think of when I think about inspiration. You know, it's just I'm inspired by people who are having fun, who are just enjoying their lives and are, you know, just happy in their relationships and are not miserable like with a broken body, and they're doing okay with their job or their business or whatever it is. You know, not only is it something that's fulfilling to them, but it's also something that's paying the bills, and they don't have to worry, like, if they get like a flat tire on their bike, they have enough money, they could buy another tire. You know, they're not struggling, because people that are struggling usually aren't happy. And that's what inspires me, is people that are just happy-go-lucky. That's how I try to be. And fortunately, most of the time I can, you know? But it's because of the things that I'm talking about. It's because right now I do have a healthy body, and I do have a good job, and I have good relationships, I have good people around me. I try to surround myself with good people who are just cool, you know? It's like they say, you become like the 5 people that you most hang out with. So it's like, if the 5 people that you're hanging out with are like losers, then you're gonna become a loser. You know, it's like you're not gonna turn them into winners. Don't think about it that way. You gotta hang out with people that are better than yourself, you know, that are whatever, more successful than yourself, who are more energetic than yourself, who are more creative, you know, anything, and be around people like that. That's what I try to do. I'm constantly looking to hang out with people who are better than myself. And a lot of people avoid that because it makes them jealous. You know, they don't want to hang out with people who have nicer cars than them, or who have bigger houses than them, or something like that, because then it makes them feel crappy about their life. You know what I mean? It makes them feel like less of a man or whatever. But to me, it's like you become like the people that you hang out with. So I want to hang out with people who have more than me, who do more than me, and therefore, you know, become more of a person. So that's, I don't know, that's my inspiration. And in the same sense, that's how I try to inspire people, is by being successful and by setting a good example and not complaining and just doing what I gotta do and just trying to make it, you know, just trying to make it in this life, and, you know, not begging, not borrowing, and just trying to do good. So I guess that's my Sink the Planet ride. You know, that's pretty much what I had to say. And I don't know, I could keep rambling about this for a long time, because I always think about it. I always wonder why people can't just be cool. But at the same time, I understand why. It's because a lot of people, they're just not happy. So I hope you guys are happy out there. Hope you're enjoying your lives, and I hope you feel successful, and I hope your job is, you know, fulfilling you, and at the same time enough to pay the bills. And, you know, I hope you're having fun and that you're not struggling. And honestly, I hope that you're doing better than me. That's what I hope for everybody, is just that they're doing good and having fun. And you know, a lot of people, I think they want others to fail, but I don't think that way. I think that we'd be a lot better off if the whole world was employed and successful and in good relationships and just in general happy with their lives. Because that's the problem, I think, is that people are just not happy with where they're at in life, and they try to take it out on everybody else. But anyways, you guys have a nice night and day wherever you're at. It's currently 12:17 in Paris time, middle of the day. It's funny, I was thinking about that last night. I was going to bed and I was like, dude, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning right now over there. So funny. But we are all riding at the same time for one last time. And it feels great. I love this. Sync the Planet has always been a very special thing for me. And I think going out at 3 a.m. kind of adds to it. It adds to the special feeling of it, because it's like I'm never out in the middle of the night. So this is like the one time a year I actually go out at like 3 a.m. and freaking ride around. So that is it for Sync the Planet 2019. That's pretty much all I have to say. So thanks again to Doc for organizing this. And there were a couple other guys, I forget your names, but thank you to everyone who had a part in organizing Sync the Planet, putting this thing together for 6 years in a row. And it was an awesome idea. I must say, you guys came up with a rad idea, and it was really fun for me to do this every year. So I hope you guys are having fun out there. I hope you guys are inspired, and I hope you guys are treating people nice. I hope you're adding to world unity and not just focused on profit and getting ahead and screwing everybody else, you know, like stepping on people to get ahead, because in the long run that's not going to make for a better world. So that is it. Sync the Planet 2019. It's a wrap. That's it, folks. So wherever you're at in the world, have a great day, have a great night, have a safe ride. And I hope all of you guys are having fun out there. And thanks again to Doc Man Rides for putting this thing together, and to the other people who helped him, thank you very much. And if you guys change your mind, that would be awesome. Let's do this again next year if you have time, and if not, it was really fun to ride with all of you guys. So I will see you later. I'll see you in the next video. I'll talk to you again soon, and stay safe out there, and peace and love.